Alright, welcome back to Case Closed Anime Review, episode number 208. This was discussing episode 1095, The Missing Man's Dream. The episode starts off with Mori and Conan in the Mori Detective Agency office talking to a woman, asking Mori to find her husband, who had mysteriously disappeared, and give him like a whole bunch of stuff to look through, which basically was a laptop, a few pictures, a place where he worked. Surprisingly, the password to his laptop, which that's actually suspicious. Though we later find in the episode that she has been a very controlling woman. Yes. And of course, basically, like, they look through, they point out there's this guy in this fishing photo that's a coworker, and they do call up the person who is the back to about the ocean thing, but he hasn't spoken to the guy missing in 4 years. So after looking through all that, and then when looking at his computer, they look at some expensive stuff for someone on salary man, and they go visit his building, and of course they couldn't exactly say anything. Well, the reception basically couldn't find anybody. Like, oh, doesn't work there. And then they speak to his coworker. Apparently, he quit 6 months prior to this. Now the reason, now they explain it later. Apparently, the company he was working with being exploitive. Yeah, this is never explained. It's like this is brought up later on by the reception when they leave the building, and it's just ignored. That it's like not the like. It's almost like that was like a missed opportunity. It's like that was just thrown in as a red herring. Like, oh, maybe the company itself has something to do with this appearance. In actuality, they had nothing to do with it at all. And then they go visit the guy's brother, and of course the wife confirms she's very controlling. And then of course she tells him to go out and find her husband, which they agree to. Then of course they go to the basement, where they go down there via stairs, not the elevator, stairs. They open the door, and inside this basement room is an aquarium. First question, obviously, asks like, what the heck is this aquarium doing here, and who built this damn thing? Well, it was explained. Also, it was also mentioned by the wife that apparently she's not, apparently GBS, like apparently his phone went off like 3 days prior, so he's missing for 3 days. And of course, the police will investigate because no foul play. Though we're gonna get to that. So they look at the videotape. Apparently, that he has got something and builds up his dream thing, building an aquarium in this basement. So he built it, and of course, Mori asked the question, this is more, costs more than someone's salary thing. Someone's salary man's, well, his salary. And it turns out what happened is that he had won the lottery. 1 billion yen. Oh yeah, and I also found out though that apparently he spent all the money on this aquarium. Yes, well, the aquarium, and then he apparently went diving, and then that was it. Like, what happened? And then of course looks at the aquarium like, oh, this is nice aquarium. Like, oh crap, the guy's dead. How? Well, they easily find out the fact the murderer is actually his co-worker. Why? Greed. That was simply the reason for it. And how they found out who he was? An earring. Yeah, Conan suspects foul play, like suspects who it is right away because of the red earring. So the guy is arrested, and of course the wife thinks she's gonna get $1 billion. She get nothing, and that's the episode. I felt as though this one was interesting at best. I kind of felt as though that maybe the company was going to do something, but it's almost like the whole company thing in this episode was just there, and it just nothing is dealt with it. They say he quit. Why? Like, it's like basically like you finish watching this episode, you ask the obvious question: what the heck did the company do to cause him to quit? And yeah, that's the only question I left with this. And like, I guess that Mori and Conan must have told her that he won 1 billion yen, but the client already spent it already. Yeah, it's almost like basically you could tell by this thing. It's like we have too much stuff going on here. It seemed like an okay plot, and then we get like we just had the breeze at the very end. I kind of felt as though basically the ending probably been changed like very last minute because maybe there was a plan to. This is my personal matter. that maybe that the person was supposed to find him, and of course him explaining why he disappeared. And nope, let's have him die and have his coworker responsible for doing it. It felt like the murder thing was very tacked on. Yes, it was very, very tacked on. And despite the 2 weeks off, like the animation's really good and the voice acting's really good, it felt as though the story was rushed. Yes. I mean, it's like, okay, it's like maybe they had to do this in a standalone episode because, well, because they had to do another standalone episode next week. And they probably did not have anything on their docket to do a two-parter because you could have, well, the way this episode was structured by the story, you could have done a two-parter, but nope. Let's just rush the conclusion. Oh, yeah, by the way, aside from Mori and Conan, the only regular appearance in this episode is Takagi and Keba. That was it. There's a mention of Rand in the episode, but that's it for her. Yes. An interesting episode for what it is. It's okay. That's the best way I can describe it. But next week, it's another one of the sequel anime original content for next week, which is Detective Notes for Micho. Yep. So yeah, that's that particular view. Next up is going to be Comic Corner. It's back to Kamen Rider Black to watch the last 4 episodes before I go on my break. Okay? Next video. Bye.